Well, we are back. It's been a big week and we have a big week ahead of us.
A lot of football to talk about, some explosive stuff that has happened this week, and there's a lot more action coming your way this weekend.
Hello and welcome to this brand new episode. I'm Aditya.
And I'm Chaitanya, and you are watching Total Football. Brand new episode and a fancy looking set as well. What with the AC Inter Milan, but what is Ronaldo doing here? Wait.
Just point.
We had Van Persie here, didn't we, with the United?
We had Van Persie, yes, that's correct.
Did you please? No, come on, please. No, please.
I'm not sure.
You have to tell me you did not rip that. You did not rip that, right?
No, I didn't rip it. But I did do something. I can show you if you want. It'll take 2 seconds. Have a look, see?
See, yeah, here. But
yeah.
Why? Oh, no.
That's cool. Look. That's the.
He was your top scorer last season. Why would you do that to him?
What did I do? Anyway, you can cry like a little girl about it later, and if you guys want to find out if you guys want to find out what we did to it, what I did to it, what we all did to it, you can go onto the Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Total Football Fans. In the meantime, let's check out what's on the show for today.
This is not done. This is so not done. We kick off with the transfer window and a lot of in and outs this week with Chelsea finally landing their man Victor Moses, who gave quite an audition when Wigan went against them. And well, the long dragging transfer saga finally comes to an end.
That's right, Luka Modric.
Tottenham to Real Madrid, £33 million. The deal is set. He's gone through the medical, everything else.
He's happy.
Well, he should be. A lot of assists will come his way and a lot of goals to follow.
True say. And then we are going to look at Real Madrid and, of course, the financial fair play rule initiated by UEFA President Michel Platini, to be precise, and its rules, of which there are many, I'm sure. And we'll try and get those.
Yeah, we should. And whilst we are doing that, we are also covering the big game coming up this Sunday between Liverpool and Arsenal. All the best for that. And well, in fact, all the best to Barcelona and Valencia too, because they will go head to head in this heavyweight clash in the La Liga.
That's going to be a good game, I can tell you now. And we have a special guest on the bench with us, the former Iran international footballer, Salar Kazmi.
And a lot of other fun stuff in our predictor and extra time segments. Wigan's Victor Moses, the hefty striker, has moved to Chelsea. Real Madrid have finally decided on a club for Nouri Sahin, and it's Liverpool.
Boo! Although the midfielder has expressed his eagerness to join the Gunners, apparently Wenger and Mourinho just couldn't agree on the £14 million transfer clause that was supposed to be set after the long loan spell, which is too bad, I guess, but we'll make do.
When will Arsene and Jose ever agree on something? And speaking of transfers gone bad, a transfer that has gone good is Luka Modric has finally sealed a move to Real Madrid for a reported £33 million. Money well spent, Aditya?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Real aren't stupid or inexperienced when it comes to high-profile transfers. They always target special players. It's about what happens to those players after joining the club, which is a bit worrying.
I know what you're talking about. David Beckham, Wesley Sneijder, Michael Owen, and you know what? There is Ricardo Kaká, but Thomas Gravesen from Everton actually made his way to Real Madrid, and half of his term, he couldn't even see that I am playing at the Santiago Bernabeu, aren't I? So yeah, Clarence Seedorf, and you said Ricky Kaká.
The list is endless. All of them were in the prime of their careers until they moved to Madrid. It's as if with certain players you can see it coming, although Real Madrid have made some exceptional signings with the likes of Zidane, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldo, both original and Cristiano, Luis Figo. Another long list, of course.
I like how you say original Ronaldo and the new Ronaldo. Well, I hope Modric can prove to be one of those exceptional signings for Real Madrid. And carrying that thought forward, Real Madrid are off to a very bad start this season, at least by their lofty standards.
Yes, they're already 5 points behind Barcelona in La Liga, having drawn their first match against Valencia and losing to Getafe last weekend. Jose Mourinho slammed his team. This is quite funny. The only one had only one thing to say, which is that they deserve to lose.
The only one definitely has thoughts only one of his kind, and it was a fairly poor performance from Madrid, but take nothing away from their local rivals Getafe, who really gave them a fight on their hands.
And as expected, Real have gone ahead and signed another player in Modric. This is what I'm talking about though. Every time Real have a poor run of form, they sign some crazy player, and I'm not blaming them, but that has been their tradition. Teams like Barcelona, Athletic Bilbao or Arsenal in the Premier League invest in their academies and developing players, where Real, what they do is they just sign players, and I guess that works for them.
And horses for courses, some clubs like their players bred, some just like to buy the best ones. Well, is it this tradition of Real is what clubs like Chelsea, Manchester City or even now Paris Saint-Germain are trying to emulate? Or is it a new trend of mega spending? Because clearly Madrid are not even close to the kind of amounts that are being spent by, say, a Manchester City or a Chelsea for that matter, crossing £80 million this season.
Well, that is a good question, and I think we'll be able to shed some more light on that by talking about UEFA's financial fair play rule. Now, there is a lot of confusion surrounding this issue, and not many football fans really care, but it is an important issue nonetheless, and it is going to affect a lot of clubs in the near future. So we're going to try and explain this as simply as possible, although I don't think anything is simple when it comes to facts, figures, statistics, and especially millions and millions of euros.
Yep, it's not about a weekly salary now, is it? No, it's not. Now, from what we at Total Football understand is that financial fair play, or FFP as it's commonly known, in very simple terms will prevent the clubs that come under the UEFA purview from spending more than what they earn.
Correct. The rule came into existence in 2009 and will be applicable for the time being for the 2011-12 and 2012-13 seasons. So for these two seasons, the clubs can incur losses of not more than 45 million euros. And in the 2013-14 season, UEFA will actually start monitoring the finances of the clubs over the last two seasons, that is the 2012 and 13 seasons. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and I hope you're all following. In the 2013-14 season, UEFA will be able to ban clubs from European competitions such as the Champions League and Europa Cup if any of the clubs fail to follow the rules set over the 2012-13 seasons. Well, they're really tightening the screws, UEFA, huh?
Well, you can say it, and you know what? All I heard from that was 2013, 2014, ban, Champions League. But what would be more interesting to see is how the big spending clubs manage their accounts over these two seasons. Because as per our research, the clubs that are likely to face a ban are Manchester City and Chelsea, both English clubs, AC and Inter Milan, and few others like PSG whose finances are yet not revealed.
Although I'm sure they're quite large. Speaking of large, Manchester suffered a reported loss of £194 million in the 2010-11 season, while Chelsea lost £68 million, and over in Italy, AC Milan reported a net loss of €70 million. And now here's the shocker. In 2010, Inter had accumulated losses of €1.3 billion over the past 16 years.
No, I'm dreaming. Say it again.
€1.3 billion over the past 16 years.
Oh, what the hell is going on?
Beats me, man. But that's not the worst of it, and this is really going to blow your mind. Of all the clubs least likely to face the ban, Real Madrid are the least likely.
Least likely, you said.
Least likely.
Come on, you've got to be kidding. You must be getting your facts wrong somewhere. Look at this guy, £80 million from Manchester.
Least likely. I don't know what to say. I'm not kidding.
How is that even possible? Because we just discussed what Madrid do. They spend, they buy their way to titles, Champions Leagues, so on, so forth.
Exactly. And I'll tell you why though. Although Real Madrid have had huge debts, their profits are ever increasing. I mean, their football revenues from football-related practices, assets, equity, shirts, jerseys, the number 7 shirt, I'm sure that's a big chunk as it is. It all balances out in the end. And good news for you, so does Man U.
Manchester United. And yes, we've been doing this for way too long.
Wait, don't get ahead of yourself. No, not to brag.
Is it about Arsenal?
It is about Arsenal. Not to brag. Actually, that's a lie. To brag a lot. All the teams in the Premier League The one doing the best financially is Arsenal, reporting a net profit of £15 million in 2011. So to all Arsenal FC supporters out there, here's something to be proud of. The future is nothing but bright.
You know, I did read that this... No, wait. I'm going to wipe this off. I did read in this certain game that Arsene Wenger was hailed as the best scout for Manchester. So I guess that's where your profits are coming from. And can't say the same for City and Chelsea fans, though. All the supporters of all the clubs out there, if you have noticed your club's lack of spending in the transfer market, this might be the major reason why.
Absolutely. And well, I think that's enough of all these numbers and da-da-da. It's also a little depressing not to know that it's all going to go haywire. Well, if you are interested about knowing more about the FFP regulations, they are available to download on the official UEFA website, which is www.uefa.com.
Well, after all that, and now before we move on to our next segment, here's this week's trivia question for you, and one for you too, Aditya, to rattle those brain cells. Who among these Real Madrid players has won the most Ballon d'Or awards? And the options are Luis Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, the new Ronaldo as you mentioned him, Zinedine Zidane and Luis Figo. So Aditya, do you know the answer to that question? Wait. You don't have a Scooby-Doo clue now, do you? Do you? Alright, it's time for our big game segment, Liverpool versus Arsenal. And going by the previous season's record, Arsenal are more likely to win this one.
Of course we are.
But, and there is a very big but, because what we saw this previous weekend, the Liverpool's performance against title holders Manchester City, you know, you might be forced to think otherwise.
Yeah, fair point. Liverpool gave a cracker of a performance against City, especially Suarez, who was simply, you know, was great in front of goal, and that free kick was classic.
Baffled everyone, didn't it? But as for Arsenal, they failed to fire so far, but defensively they are looking as strong as ever. What do you think, Aditya? Well, the non-Arsenal supporter, I will kill people for Arsenal, Aditya. We need to throw that in the back.
Well, although biased, I do think Liverpool are the strongest at home. And following Brendan Rodgers' statement saying we have to make Anfield our fortress, Liverpool really seem to have stepped their game up.
Well, you know what? It's been a long time since the word Anfield and fortress were mentioned in the same sentence, so I see where he's coming from. What about all this speculation about Rodgers being the first manager to be sacked this season? Wasn't he in charge of the so-called revolution at Liverpool?
After last weekend, if Brendan Rodgers isn't the man for Liverpool, then I honestly don't know who is. No, except for Suarez.
Yeah, well, Suarez did strike gold in that game, and too bad Suarez can't manage the team as well as score valuable goals at the same time. You can only do one. Well, let's talk about some of the new players brought in by both sides. Liverpool have certainly been active in the transfer market, given the go-ahead by the Fenway Sports Group, their owners. So have Arsenal for a change. Arsene Wenger seems to be throwing money everywhere and is still in the market as we speak for a new player.
Profit, we got money to throw.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Some of the players bought in by Rodgers are the fantastic Fabio Borini, and from Roma, Joe Allen from Swansea, the manager's ex. Yep. And not to forget Nuri Sahin, who we don't need him from Real Madrid. All are tremendous additions though, and we all know about Arsenal's acquisitions. There's Giroud, there's Podolski, and the little midfielder Santi Cazorla. He's got that real creativity. But according to Wenger, they haven't quite gelled yet together, you know. And I guess he's right about that. These three guys didn't even know each other a month ago.
Excuses. But how about Arsenal's defense? It's a huge improvement compared to last season, where they almost conceded in every other match.
Yeah, it's true. That back line is really looking quite strong. I swear I haven't seen it like that since, and I don't want to jinx it, but the Invincible season.
Oh my God, can we stop it with the Invincibles already?
There's a reason. There's a reason for this. When Steve Bold was promoted as Arsenal's new assistant manager, his main focus was to make the Arsenal defence meaner, solid, bring back, you know, the bad boys. Bold himself is an ex-Arsenal defender, part of George Graham's team, known for their consistent clean sheets. And so far so good. That seems to be working. 2 games, 2 clean sheets. Can't ask for more.
No goals scored, 2 clean sheets, you're right on that. But what about the attack that Arsenal are so known for, the aggression, the killer instinct?
Well, that'll come eventually. I mean, Arsenal never had a problem scoring goals. There are a lot of attacking options. It's the defence that they suffered with back in the day. And I'd say back in the day, recently.
Oh my God.
But now with the improved defence, I surely hope the goals will start coming in for the Arsenal, and that we'll hit that winning streak. And what was that? Invincible.
Is this the winning streak that will finally lead you to a trophy? Because you keep saying winning, and all you guys win is nothing.
Yeah.
And well, just like you, so does every Arsenal supporter. Okay, time for predictions. Aditya, come on.
Rhetorical question, I believe. Arsenal always.
Why did I even bother here? Well, I'm going to go with Liverpool on this one. They're at home, and well, the Anfield crowd manages to get the best out of that Merseyside devil, don't they?
I'm going to break that fortress.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. Alright, today we have a very special guest with us. He's a former player of the Iran Youth International Football Team, a terrific footballer and an awesome guy to chat with. Ladies and gentlemen, Salar Kazmi.
Salar, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. I actually love your set. It's awesome, and it's all about football, and it really is the total football.
It's about hooliganism. That's what it is. There used to be a Robin van Persie poster here, but yeah, I think you'll have.
Yeah, you got to check out the website and see what I did to the Van Persie thing. Are you a fan of Van Persie?
No, not really.
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
then you're gonna like the website.
Sounds
Then you're gonna
very,
like the website.
hospitable conditions for a United fan now, aren't they? Well, anyway, it's great to have you here, and we've kept this little predictor game on the show to guess the outcome of Sunday's match between Liverpool and Arsenal, and we need you to train us because dibs on Liverpool.
No.
And
I'm Arsenal. Do I need to?
so I guess he's for the draw then.
For the draw.
Well, I guess a draw it is then, because I don't think we'll stand a chance in front of him now, will we?
Neither do I.
Oh, by the way, I got you a little gift.
Thank you very much, sir. Check that out, folks. Check that out. Fully. Oi, I was playing.
You're Barcelona light. You don't deserve to carry Barcelona. Finalists, Wembley.
You don't get to face them
Wembley,
often enough.
sent off. Barcelona. Thank you very much, Salah, for this gift. I'm sure this will
Indeed,
stay
indeed.
here and not replace that, and it'll stay here with us. So, I guess it's time to head out and see who wins.
Aye, aye.
All right, let's go.
Well, for a predictor, I'd say a pretty predictable victory for the Arsenal.
In training, dude, in training. You guys are brilliant in training, brilliant in warm-ups, come to the game, scoreless in the last two games. Liverpool,
Go
it's
on and
Anfield. You know, I almost did a Suarez there. I intentionally did not kick it in the goalpost. You know why? Because we don't do it in practice.
Sure.
We do it when the show comes out in the open.
And that's not an excuse. Well, as far as the predictions go, it's going to be predictable. As I said, win for Arsenal. What's reflected in practice will be reflected in real life. Watch it.
It's time for our extra time segment where we read fan mails, tweets and answer your questions. For all you football fans watching the show, please write to us, send us your stories, your pictures, videos, anything you might use to, I don't know, promote football, denigrate Arsenal. So come on, get a chance to come on the show with us and yeah, take the case.
Today on Burst the Bubble, we have a picture of Lionel Messi and Jose Mourinho at the awards gala. Why so serious, Jose?
See, you don't want Messi to win the title again, you don't get it, but anyway, alright people, we're at the end of our second episode of Total Football. We've had a lot of fun on the show.
And I hope you've enjoyed watching it.
But don't worry, we will be back next week. Meanwhile, you can check our website, that's www.totalfootball.in, where you can stay informed about the latest in football and a lot of other exciting stuff.
Indeed, and remember, it's not just football, it's total football.